Abel. Those who pollute the land cannot inherit it. What is important in a right to God is the person offering the sacrifice. Genesis chapter 4 deals with a murder within the first human family. However, many people other than this appear, and although it takes place in a time when people did not eat meat, the shepherd is one of the main characters. The author leads the readers straight into the murder case without any explanation. So, what is he trying to say? The clue to the interpretation is that the story begins with the rite. The worship of the transcendent is an essential attribute of finite humans, and has existed for such a long time that its origins are unknown. The object and modes are diverse. However, all sacrifices can be divided into those that are acceptable to God and those that are not. The characteristics of a true sacrifice are clearly revealed in the sacrifices offered when Israel escaped from Egypt. On that fateful day, every house in Israel slaughtered a lamb according to God's instructions and spread its blood on the doorposts of their houses. And the angel of death, who had descended on all of Egypt, passed over these houses. Afterwards, Israel made this a rule and offered the Passover sacrifice forever. In this sacrifice, the sheep of blood is a sign of faith and repentance, and through it believers obtain forgiveness of sins. In its essence, a true sacrifice is both a sin offering and a thanksgiving offering. The most important thing in a right to God is the person offering the sacrifice. Therefore, the tale also says that God accepted Abel and his offering, but did not accept Cain and his offering. Since the sheep is a sacrificial offering, Abel the shepherd is a person who worships God in spirit and truth. While Cain, the farmer, is reminiscent of farmers in ancient society who worshipped Baal, the god of abundance. That Cain came to God. Therefore, Cain should be seen as symbolizing the Israelites who outwardly worship God, but whose hearts are devoted to other gods. In fact, there are Baal shrines in the house of Judge Gideon and a house of male prostitutes in the temple. These were torn down by Gideon and Joshua. So it can be said that the outward appearance of worshiping God was achieved. But as time passed, God, who wanted mercy rather than sacrifice, was eventually forgotten. This tale was probably written around this time. Judging from the fact that Jesus lamented that the house of prayer had become a den of merchants and robbers, the situation had not improved even at this time. The worship of gods of wealth and power responds to the primal desires of humans. Therefore, not only did it appear historically before the face of God, but its power to attract people was much stronger. Belief in God began to sprout from a small number of people who were skeptical of the blatant human greed expressed in the rituals of these gods. Abraham, the father of faith, grew up in a city of idols. He had to leave his hometown. Before Solomon's temple was built, the ancient Near East was filled with the temples of idols. Mount Olympus was the home of many gods. It was not until Plato that the idea of the true God began to impress upon the minds of men from a corner of the temple. Cain's being set as the eldest son is thought to depict this social and religious situation. And Cain's murder of Abel is thought to reflect the reality in which the worship of God of greed was overwhelming faith in God.